Amen. I want to remind the Olam tonight's the first night of our schedule change. We're going to finish Be'ezus Hashem by 9. Be'ezus Hashem. We'll daven Ma'ariv, and then Ma'aral begins right afterwards. Right after Ma'ariv, between 9:15 and 9:20. So we're moving the Ma'aral Shiur at a request from the Olam. We're moving the Ma'aral Shiur from 9:45 to 9:15 to be finished at 9:45. To cover the 3 weeks, we're going to do a piece in Kinnos. Turn towards the back of your Zera Shimshon on page Tuf Kuf Gimel. In addition to writing an explanation on Chamishe Chumshe Torah, the Zera Shimshon also wrote on the 5 Megillas. Not often do we have a chance, thank you, Tiskala Mitzvahs. Tonight, Zera Shimshon Shiur is sponsored by Shmuel Berger for Yeshua for Klal Yisrael. And Klal Yisrael certainly needs it. But Be'ezus Hashem, we will get it. The schus of the Zera Shimshon, Shimshon Chaim ben Menachem and Chol. Parshas Yisroi. Tonight, the Zera Shimshon takes us to a place, takes us up to Shamayim. Literally. As he's megala to us some of the Sodas HaTorah. We're going to learn about the source of the destruction of Bayis Rishon and Bayis Sheni. The Olam knows Rabbeinu Shalom was good to us. Gave us one Beis HaMikdash and gave us another Beis HaMikdash. Each one was destroyed by a different nation. The nation that destroyed the first Bayis was Bavel, Nebuchadnezzar. He destroyed Bayis Rishon on Tisha B'Av. The second Beis HaMikdash was destroyed by Edom, by the Romans, also on Tisha B'Av. In between, Klal Yisrael were in a total of 4 Golios. 4 Golios. Golis Bavel, Golis Paras Umadai, Yavan, and then Edom. Those are the 4 Golis, and we're still in the 4th Golis. Listen to what the Zera Shimshon says and what he teaches us about these Golios. Zokter Azoy, Beparshas Yisroi, in the Medrash, Dover Acher, Aryeh Shoyeg Mi Lo Yira. A lion roars. Who should not be fearful? Boyurei. Beis HaMikdash Nikra Aryeh. The Beis HaMikdash is known as a lion. Sheneman, like that says, Hoy Ariel Ariel, a pasuk in Yeshaya. Malchus Beis David Nikra Aryeh. Sheneman, like it says, Mo'imcha Levia Ben Ayores Ravotza. The Beis HaMikdash is known as a lion. Malchus Beis David is known as a lion. Yisrael Nikra Aryeh. I'm reading it straight out of the Medrash right now. Yisrael Nikra Aryeh. How do we know? Gur Aryeh Yehuda. Nebuchadnezzar Nikra Aryeh. He's also known as a lion. As it says, Allah Aryeh Misuvchoi, Vehechriv Beis HaMikdash, V'noto Malchus Beis David, Vehegla Yisrael. He took away, destroyed the lion, destroyed the lion's den, the Beis HaMikdash. The Makom that's known as Aryeh, people who are known as Aryeh, in a month, Leo, in a month of Aryeh. Oilam Makom Shana. Do you know what that means, Rabbi Chaim? Oilam Makom, Oilam Shana Nefesh, excuse me. Oilam Shana Nefesh. My Rebbe Zechron Avach used to say over, always from the Sefer Yetzira, brings out Kol Ma Shebara Kadosh Baruch Hu Ba'olam, Bara B'Nefesh, Ubara B'Shana. Like there's a mouth in a person, there's a mouth in the earth. Vatiftach haaretz piyah. There's a mouth in time. Normally you're supposed to be quiet and not speak so much, but when it comes to Leil HaSeder, Pesach, speak a lot. Oilam Makoim Shona. In the Oilam, there's a place of an Aryeh. It's the Beis HaMikdash, known as Ariel. In the Nefesh and the Tzura Sa'adam, there are people, kings, like David HaMelech, Nebuchadnezzar, they're known as Aryeh. And there's, what that? That's Nefesh. Oilam is the Beis HaMikdash. Nefesh is David HaMelech. And Zman is Chodesh Av. It's no coincidence and Tisha B'Av on that Chodesh Av was Misgaber Ha'ari Ha'lonachon, the bad lion. Was tutzach do? Says the Zera Shimshon. Let's continue. V'hichrev Beis HaMikdash v'nota Malchus Beis David v'higlas Yisrael, and he sent Klal Yisrael into Golus. VaKadosh Baruch Hu says, Ayei ma'oin aroyos. Heichen heim banai. Where are my children? Efohem. Efo banai. Ba'isei shra shoyag yishag al neveyu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu cries for his abode, for his place. This is the Medrash. Zera Shimshon's job is to be megala to us vastutzach, what's going on in this medrash. Question number one asks the Zera Shimshon, yesh ledaktek, lama kol elu nikra aryeh. Why are they called the lion? The lama hutzrich she nikra aryeh lahachrev beis hamikdash. It almost sounds like the medrash is saying, because Nebuchadnezzar was known as an Aryeh, Memelo he had the koyach to go and destroy the Beis HaMikdash. V'yesh loymar, and the teretz is like this. As it is well known, the lion is the king of the wild animals. Hu ha-melech shebechayos. Ha-Aryeh hu melech shebechayos v'chol habrias misyorim miponav. They are scared of the lion. Even though there's a doiv and a ze'ev, he is the king. Sometimes on our kodeshes, I don't know if you have one over here, it's not unfamiliar that you have lions on each side. It's a semel for malchus, right? It's a symbol of kingship. V'lachein malchus beis David nimshol ha'aryeh mipnei shegam hu kovash kol ha'amim. He conquered the areas around. Nofel aleim mosav afachad. V'Yisrael nikra aryeh bnei shem azim shebe'umois. We're also tough. Chutzpah. Klal Yisrael has a certain azus. Look what happened this week. Klal Yisrael has a chutzpah. They'll go after somebody in their territory. They're Kaisos azim shebe'umois. Yes, they are. The Nebuchadnezzar nikra aryeh, and he's known as a lion. Do you know why? Mishum da'osi mizera David. Because Nebuchadnezzar comes from the lineage of David. K'moishe kosav bal asora ma'amoris. Like it says in Maimar Aim Kol Chai, Uma shezocha Nebuchadnezzar lihikora aryeh. Do you know why he's called a lion? Because sheba mizarei shel Shlomo. He comes from Shlomo. He's one of Shlomo's wives' great-grandchildren. I'll read you the Lashon. He says it here. Dafi da'aseh mizarei shel Shlomo mimalkas Sheva. Sheba. Achar shenizgaira. After she became a Giyayres, Ela shaliba loy nochan imoy v'chazra l'sura. She went back to being no good, but once she became Jewish, she was Jewish. V'lechein rochku banav miyesha. It's a pasuk here. This is Asara Mamoris. This is the Ramami Pano, who was a Mekubal, as we're soon going to see what he's Megala to us. Und sagt that Nebuchadnezzar ka'osi mezari shel shloima shalibo le'nochan v'lesoy v'golso v'novleso v'chozra l'sura. The Zera Shimshon is going to write, if not for the fact that Nebuchadnezzar came from Zera David, he never would have been able to destroy the Beis HaMikdash. The reason he was able to destroy it was because of Minei Ubei. It was an insider job. One of his Eigene Yoitze Chalotzav. You needed the koyach of Malchus to destroy the Beis HaMikdash. You needed David HaMelech's Malchus, who was the person responsible for the Beis HaMikdash. Sukas David, you needed his Zera, and only his Zera could destroy the Beis HaMikdash. If you look ahead on page Tav Kuf Hey, towards the end of this piece, take a look at the Massei in Gaon. I'm reading ahead for a minute to show you that where the Zera Shimshon's going. The Divrei Massei in Gaon. You see that first column. He says, "V'hochinami habayis nivna Yezera beis David v'nechrav al yedei Nebuchadnezzar." Because Nebuchadnezzar came from David. Al derech minei ubei abba lezel ba nagra. The axe that chops down the tree, says the Gemara. The metal is metal, but the handle comes from the tree itself. The tree that had the wood was made into a handle and chopped itself down. Gemara over there is talking about Ovadia, who was a ger that came from Edom, and he was misnaba on them. Zolstavisin, you should know that the reason Nebuchadnezzar was able to destroy the Beis HaMikdash, his koyach of Aryeh was the koyach of Yehuda David Aryeh. But it's even deeper than that. Zog the Zera Shimshon. Weiter. Because of Oid, Sham. She'ilu meis ha'ari biyad David lo yehoya Nebuchadnezzar machriv habayis. Had the lion died, the Beis HaMikdash wouldn't have been destroyed. Rabbi say, let's learn a little bit of Navi. Once upon a time, back in Shmuel Aleph, the Pelishtim had a giant. His name was Goliath. You remember him? He was ferocious. He put Meira into all of Klal Yisrael. He taunted the Jewish people. Shul, unfortunately, Melech Yisrael was intimidated. There was one person who wasn't intimidated. David HaMelech, little David HaMelech. Where did he get his confidence from? The Navi tells us you can't fight this Plishti. You're a kid. Shul is talking to David. Shul HaMelech is telling David, you can't do this. Bist a kind, bist a nar. And he's a warrior.
How old was he? How old he was?
I don't know how old David was at that time. Ich weiß nicht.
Giant.
Vayomer David el Shaul, and David fartzeled the following Maisa. Rabbi said, when I saw this, I was nishtoimen. Vayomer David el Shal roya hoyav dechel aviv batzoin. I want you to know, Melech, I was a shepherd. Ubo ha'ari v'eshadoi v'nosa seme ha'eder. A lion and a bear took sheep from the eder, from amongst where I was being a roya, I was being a shepherd. They stole a sheep. Yotzasi achrov. I went after the lion and I went after the bear. Vihi kesiv vihi tzalti mipiv. I was able to fight off the lion and fight off the bear and take the seh. Vayokam alai. And then the bear came to attack me. Hechzakti b'zikonoi. I grabbed his beard. Soon we'll see what the Marami Pana says. V'kesiv v'himisiv. I hit him and I killed him. Games ari, games hadoi v'hikavdecha. I was able to fight off a lion. I was able to fight off a bear. V'hoya plishti ha'orla ze ka'achas mehem. They're urul, they're plishti, where he's no different than the lion or the bear. If Hashem delivered me from the lion and from the bear, ki cherev ma'roches elekim chayim, there's nothing going to stop me. I'll be able to be successful. Meirav Rabbi say, Soid Hashem li'areyev. What I'm about to tell you, you can only know this from Ruach HaKodesh. State and Sefer Asar Mamoris. The two Malchios, the four Malchios are doime to different animals. Malchus Bavel in Daniel's dream was doime to Ari. Malchus Paras Umodai is doime ledoiv, is like a bear. So that when Daniel had a dream about the Arba Malchios, each one, Yavan was like a nomer, like a cheetah. Says the Marimi Pana. Loi zocha Nebuchadnezzar liikori Ari, only because he came from Malchus Beis David. And only because David HaMelech didn't kill the lion, was Nebuchadnezzar zoicha to destroy the Beis HaMikdash. Had he killed the lion, had he killed what HaKadosh Baruch Hu was showing David HaMelech, you think he brought stam two chayas, a lion and a doiv? Stam punkt? That's the two animals? One is Keneged Malchus Bavel, and one is Keneged Malchus Paras Umodai. You have it here in your Zera Shimshon. He brings it down Siman Chav Beis. Here it is. I'll read it to you inside. Kisha'ama Melech Shaul, Games Hari, Games Hadoiv Hikavdecha, Shnei Ribuyim, Ribui Achar Ribui is a miut. Miut Misas Hari Shuhu Loimes. Vadov mes. Yirotze. Gevuras ha'ari hitapo elov hika avdecha hishpil geyas ari. I pushed down the lion, but the lion ran away. He escaped. She'ilu meis ha'ari metachas yodoi loy hoya Nebuchadnezzar machriv beis kedoshenu. What happened, David HaMelech is the one who created the tashtit. He found the place of the Beis HaMikdash. He bought it off of the Goy, the Yevusi. He was the one who prepared everything, and he was ready to build it. Kadosh Baruch Hu says, you have blood on your hands, you can't build the Beis HaMikdash. But you can do everything you need to do. You created, he dug the ground, David Karashitin, he prepared everything, and it's even called Sukkahs David. Why is the Beis HaMikdash called Sukkahs David? Where does the name, why is it called a sukkah? Harachaman hu yakim lanu Sukkahs David. My Rebbe Zechron Levracha would say, a bayis is nechrav, a house is destroyed. A sukkah is never destroyed. Even when it falls down, it doesn't lose the name sukkah. Yakim lanu, you just have to put it back up again. From David's perspective, we'll soon see in the Zera Shimshon, the Beis HaMikdash is like a sukkah. It can't get destroyed. The bayis can be nechrav, not a sukkah. The madreg of connection that David HaMelech had, that there should be a mokem hashrois hashchina in Klal Yisrael, that the Rebbeinu Shalom should be within us, and he should be considered. David was Melech Yisrael and brought down the mid of Malchus to this world. Whatever David did was forever. David Melech Yisrael Chai V'Kayim. What David did is forever. David's preparation for the Beis HaMikdash is known as a sukkah. That preparation is not destroyed. That's why we're going to have a bayis shlishi b'meira b'yameinu, because his chelek is la'atid. It's forever. Then came Shloima, built a bayis. The bayis was nechrav. A house can be this. We don't say shi'ebones sukkahs David. Yokim. Just put it back together, bring it back up. David's sukkah doesn't fall. If David HaMelech would have killed that lion, then that lion wouldn't have had koyach to destroy the Beis HaMikdash. That's what the Asara Marmoris is teaching us. Let's go weiter. He knew that, he saw that up. So listen to what he says. Sharei malchus modai uparas biksha levatloi. Paras u'modai. What happened, Rabbi say, historically with Paras u'modai? They didn't want to let us build the Beis HaMikdash. They stopped us, tried again and again, but they were unsuccessful. Do you know why? David was able to kill them. David wiped them out, and they were not successful. And Adarabah, during there, they even helped the Beis HaMikdash be built. That's right. Not only they couldn't, as much as they tried to stop it, they couldn't stop it, and it was built. And that's why he said he should be like them. I'll be able to wipe him out too. That's what David HaMelech does is eternal. Zog de Zera Shimshon. Let's go weiter. Ayin shom be'erech. V'abeis HaMikdash nikra aryeh ki mimenu hushtat ha'olam ki hu gevuras v'choizik ha'olam. This is the mokem ha'gevura ein zekim beis elikim v'zeh shara shamayim. It's the mokem of HaKadosh Baruch Hu's Ashrois HaShechina. It is the place of Bahar Hashem Yera'eh. It's a mokem of Yira. Yira, a lashon of also fear. Yerushalayim, a lashon of Yira, seeing, and a lashon of Re'iyah, of also a lashon of fear. Built by an Aryeh, and unfortunately destroyed by an Aryeh. Destroyed by Nebuchadnezzar, who came from this Aryeh. Like we said, because only an Aryeh built it, and only an Aryeh can destroy it. When? In the month of Av, the Zman of Aryeh, the Zman of a lion. Therefore, it has to fall in his hands. Who? Listen to what he says. Zakol pashut. That's all pashut. That was simple, he said. That was simple. That's pshuta and shel devarim. That was easy to connect the dots. You're right? An aryeh, it's all stimmt. Let me tell you a little deeper, says the Zera Shimshon. Obviously, what I just was megala to you was that there's a good lion and a bad lion. And don't you say dandy. There's a good and there's a bad. There's a koyach of gevura that's good, din in the right way, and then there's din cholila midas adin the wrong way. Both these two aryes, David HaMelech and Nebuchadnezzar, good and bad. The Zera Shimshon explains. Adayin yesh ledaktik. Ma'ab ma medrash lamdeinu beisha shloisha dvarim toivim. The Medrash told us Yisrael is Nikre Aryeh, the Beis HaMikdash is Nikre Aryeh, David is Nikre. You have three good ones, and you have Nebuchadnezzar is the bad one. Let me tell you the pshat. He says, Zokter Azoy. He asks the question, Halay dai lemisha Beis HaMikdash Nikre Aryeh, Nebuchadnezzar Nikre Aryeh, ve'afim rotzel lo hais v'shemachas David Nikre Aryeh, mishum Nebuchadnezzar dossiminei, lo hoyetzorch lahaskinyan Yisrael. Why is he trying to impress us? What's all these aryes? So I want to tell you a secret, says the Zera Shimshon. V'yesh loimer. And this is the words of the Zera Shimshon. Sha'medrash rotza lirmaz yanu sheyesh la'aryeh shtei ramazim. There are two remezes. There are two different understandings. Sheyesh aryeh mitzad chesed. Shuhu shem shel ayin beis. Hayoytze ma'posek vayisa vayovay vayet. Do we ever learn about this, Rabbi Sai? What? Vayisa vayovay vayet. When HaKadosh Baruch Hu took out Klal Yisrael in Parshas Bashalach, it says Vayisa Malach Hashem, and then there came between Machne Yisrael and Machne Mitzrayim. Rashi brings this down in Masechta Sukkah, if I'm not mistaken, right? It's a Masechta Sukkah. Was sagst by the pasuk Ani v'Hoy Hoshiano, Ani v'Hoy are two names in the Ayin Beis Shemos. Are two of the names, and they come from the following psukim. These three psukim have 72 letters in them. Each one pasuk after another pasuk after another pasuk. You take the first letter. Rashi explains over there in the fourth or fifth parak. Take the first letter of the first pasuk Vayisa, the last letter of the middle pasuk, the first letter of the third pasuk, and they each have 72. And you take all of those names and those as Shem Ayin Beis, one of HaKadosh Baruch Hu's names, together. 72 names of three letters. What is 72 times 3, Rabbi Isai? 7 times 3 is 210. 3 times 6 is 216. Gematria Aryeh. The Aryeh is the Kadosh Baruch Hu shows his strength between the Ummah Yisrael. From these three psukim, all of the names together is a total of Aryeh. When you put the psukim together, yesh reish vav oisius gematria aryeh, 216. The oz. Then when you have also the yamin, also the smoil, and also the emtza, you have all of HaKadosh Baruch Hu's midas, chesed. You have chesed, you have din, you have rachamim, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu is noyeg im klal Yisrael bechesed, and with their enemies bedin. That's when we're acting the way we're supposed to, as a good lion, so to speak. Then ichla lo smoile ichla biyamina shayam yashar vafuch yashar dainu chesed din rachamim misboilim zeh bazeh. Then everything is good. Cholila, if Klal Yisrael isn't doing what we're supposed to be doing, and we're not living life the way we're supposed to, then hafuch, the din comes on us. Page 2. V'oid yesh aryeh mitzad ha'gevura. Gevura is the midas hadin that's not so good. V'adin bilti memuzag, when it isn't balanced out with chesed and rachamim. Gevura is also gematria aryeh. Gevura is also 216. So you have, on the one hand, the din that's kolul biyachad with chesed and with rachamim. That's the aryeh in the right way. And then you have the gevura cholila, when Klal Yisrael is not doing its job, then cholila Kodesh Baruch Hu has a taina against us. These are the two lions. This is Klal Yisrael, when we are Giborim and we can conquer all the nations and no one can stand against us, and we have the Beis HaMikdash, and Chalila when we're not doing the right thing. The Medrash concludes, Aye Bonai, where are my children? What was the Medrash saying? What was HaKadosh Baruch Hu what was he so upset about? This is the cream on the cake, says the Zera Shimshon. Adayin tzorich in mashasiyim hamedrash bonai heichen heim. Ba'oisay shah shoya gishagal naveyu. The mashma, says the Zera Shimshon, if we're learning pshat in the Medrash, HaKadosh Baruch Hu screamed like a lion because the makam of the lion was destroyed. If lion was destroyed by a lion called Nebuchadnezzar because the Midas Hadin of Gevura was oimed and destroyed the Beis HaMikdash. But yet he cried again and said, where are my children? The Ma'u ba'oisay shah, halakesharmi metchila aye ma'ayin ayos kvar sholta asmal, nechra babayis, golu Yisrael. Let's explain. Wasn't Klal Yisrael already destroyed? Why is there B'nai Shalom bakluging zech? Kilo, why is he so upset afterwards? You know where they are. After the destruction, he was even more upset. Why? You want to hear something? When Klal Yisrael gets punished, says the Zera Shimshon, Klal Yisrael gets punished, in one day they could rebuild the Beis HaMikdash. We got the clap, we got our petch, it's time to move on. That's where Eifo Bonai, where are my children? Let's see it inside. The Yesh Leimer. Shekosav Rav Galanti, another Mekubal. Choshev Hashem lahashchis, shebemoka machshav el yoyno olo lahashchis, choyme bas tzion. Kadosh Baruch Hu was going to destroy the Beis HaMikdash. Omnam. Lihiyoisoi rachmim pshutim ha'av ha'rachmam. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is Av HaRachmam. He loves us. He always gives us a second chance. As Tata knows the kids mess up, but it's doch mein Kind. What should you do? As he was soiser al menas livnois. He let it be destroyed, but it'll be rebuilt. I'm okay. So when he first destroyed the Beis HaMikdash, he said, you'll be in Golos for 70 years, you're coming back. He let us know right away, I want you back. You're coming back. V'zeh hakav, this is a kav nikra hamido, which HaKadosh Baruch Hu is ha'esh neheraz v'oisoi eisoy eis livnois. Even that it's being destroyed, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is already thinking about rebuilding it. While he's destroying it, he's already telling us it's going to be rebuilt. Yeah, now, let's go. Next paragraph. The end of the paragraph. Asher Hega, second column. Asher Hoga biyoim Hashem biyoim charoin apoy. A pasuk in Eicha. Asher Hoga Hashem biyoim charoin apoy. Lo hoya charoin apoy shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu yom echad bilvad. Rabotai, yom echad bilvad. The charoin apoy could be one day. The im hoyu oisem tshuva miyad hoya nigolim. You got your patch. Let's go. Now it's time to do tshuva. The zui kavanas hamedrash afa pisha nechrav abayis. The goli yisom b'nei shegover hasmoil. The hainu ma'oin aroyis. Even though the linkazat, the left side was goiver. Lo yahaya mokem l'soyne v'lismarmer. Klal Yisrael, don't be so bitter. Lefishikvar notu kavahu ace livnois. It's destroyed. Let's rebuild it. V'ma Yisrael oisim tshuva. Will you see the next 5 words? Im hoya oisim Yisrael teshuva hoya nigolim liyoim hamocharas. They would have gone out and would have been kibalti. I got my oynish. Ich gekriegen de frask. Lamer gaim vater. That's it. We're good to go. Klal Yisrael was HaKadosh Baruch Hu promised us. HaKadosh Baruch Hu promised us that instead of wiping us out, He'll wipe out the Beis HaMikdash. It was wiped out. Let's go. Just do tshuva. Now it's time to rebuild the Beis HaMikdash. Amnam kishiro Yisrael asa tshuva oz amar bonai heichon heim. That's the pshat in the Medrash. Where are my children? She'einam me'orim arachmim. They're not being married. If you just be married the rachmim, that's it. We're good to go. Klal Yisrael has to know, and that's the message. We're in the 3 weeks. Kol ha'mis'abel ha'Yerushalayim zoicha v'roya b'binyana. It's a time of Avelis. A time of Avelis doesn't mean you have to be just sad. It doesn't mean you can't make chasanas. It means it's a time to motivate for us to do tshuva, to realize that we're in Golus, and let's get ourselves out of here. It requires ourselves to be proactive within ourselves, to fight like a lion. To fight like a lion, because Klal Yisrael is known as Gur Aryeh Yehuda. We have that tenaciousness in us. We have that chelik in us that we can go ahead and fight against everybody. Let's use it in Avodas HaKodesh. We can pacify the din. The only reason that they were able to destroy the Beis HaMikdash, that Aryeh, was because he took it from us, because it came from Beis David. We hold all the cards. When we take it back, HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives us the opportunity and we can rebuild the Beis HaMikdash. We don't have to wait. It can happen now. All we have to do is fight like a lion. B'nai Shem Zol's help, and we should all be zoicha be'ezras Hashem Yisbarach kol echad ve'echad yeda einer to do his job, and we're zoicha be'binyan Ariel b'mehera b'yameinu.